welcome back. My guest this week is certified girl boss, Tori McMorrow. Okay, she's a hockey fan. She brought her squirt team to victory. She worked with the Wild and is a true MN girly at heart. However, she just made the jump out to NYC, where she's been working and pursuing a career that interests her. Okay, that started with running the suites at the US Open, where she saw many a celeb and others. Okay, now she's working with a company that puts on epic events in New York and beyond. So I hope you enjoy story time with Tori as much as I did. Okay, a little bit of ADHD is not going to stop these two from showing everyone who's boss. All right, in fact, I think it adds a little bit of spice. So please enjoy season 3, episode 12 of A Whole Nother Story podcast. Welcome. In the studio.
We're in the stew. Thanks for having me.
Yes, thank you for being here. It was so exciting to catch you on break. That's what I did with multiple people. I was like, it's the perfect time of year. See what everyone's up to.
Yeah.
And you were top of my list.
Oh, that makes me so happy. Oh my gosh.
Well, what have you been up to?
Well,
tell the people.
I've been home for like a little bit now. I haven't been back to Minnesota in a long time. I moved out to New York earlier this summer, and it's been kind of my first trip back home. So definitely I've missed like the slower pace being back home in Minnesota, but kind of loving the hustle and bustle in New York, just kind of working, adjusting to living in the Upper East Side, my Gossip Girl era.
Hey.
So that's kind of just when I've been up to, kind of just recharging the batteries before I go back.
I love it. I need to know your apartment situation in New York. What is it like?
It's like your typical like first year in the city. Like my roommate has to go walk through my bedroom to get to hers. We've got some small shoebox studio in the Upper East Side, but I did find out I live right above the bookstore from you, Mooney's bookstore.
Oh, shoot.
And I lived there for like 3 months, and I just found that out last month. Some people were taking photos outside of it, and I was like, do you guys know something I don't?
Well, they knew you were living there, Tori.
Yeah, I was like, did we need an autograph? No. I was just like, why are we taking pictures? And like, this is the bookstore from you. And I was like, why do we expect my rent to be a little higher then? But I love it there, honestly. Like, it's pretty cool. Like, you just kind of live. New York's one of those random places where it's like, of course I would live above the bookstore from you.
Obviously.
Yeah, right down the street from the Dalton Academy, from Gossip Girl. Like, Mr. Big goes to my local coffee shop every other day.
No way.
Yeah, he lives in the Upper East Side. So,
hey.
So like the barista will be like, you know Mr. Big from Sex and the City? And I'm like, yeah. And she goes, he comes here every day. I'm like, why haven't I seen him?
Yeah. Okay, girl, whatever you say.
Yeah, seriously.
Wow. You're just going to see him when it's most appropriate.
Yeah, when I'm like my most disheveled, like in sweatpants and a sweatshirt. It's definitely, I'm waiting for it, so.
Wonderful. We can get all up into New York later.
Yes.
You are home, though, for a very fun reason.
Yeah.
And that's hockey.
Yes, we love hockey.
We do.
Yes.
Tell me what's on in the hockey world.
Well, so my brother, he committed to the University of Denver a couple of years ago, and he finally got to start his freshman year this year, and he got asked to be on the World Junior team a couple weeks ago. We actually didn't know until Christmas Eve, and he texted us from St. Paul and was like, I think I made it, but I'm not sure yet. So we were down here for the last like week or so watching him play for Team USA, which has been super cool. There's like 7 Minnesotans on the team.
Ooh.
Yeah, a couple Badgers on there.
Okay.
So it's been cool to watch him play with like kids he's known since he was like 9 years old. I think that's been my best part of it.
No, it's so cool. And Lakeville always is very attached to any athletes that we send out.
They
in the
are.
world. Like, this is just a true fact. But it's so exciting because you are the biggest fan. You are his biggest fan.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, your whole family.
Yeah.
Huge family are always going to be there. So this is Tori's episode, but I needed to shout that out because I know you're always cheering for him, and it's super sick that he's there.
Yeah.
And got player of the game.
Yeah, he was very surprised too.
Hello?
After the game, he was like, I didn't hear that right. Some of my teammate had to nudge me and be like, Shorty, that's you. Go up there. That's you.
Yes, so proud. Well, also, I will say my brother was watching the game. I missed it. I'm a bad fan. But he came home feeling good. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Feeling good. And he goes, McMorrow's player of the game. His line was so good.
Yeah.
I bet you he's going to be moved up a line next game. He was a rock star. And he goes, did you know he got player of the game? Like 4 times. And I'm like, yes.
I
That's
love it.
amazing. It's amazing. So big fans all
Yeah.
around. But you also have hockey history.
I do. So I grew up playing for Lakeville North. So Lakeville, I was the only true Lakeville Northian in my family. My brother played 1 or 2 years, but I loved hockey so much. But it was one of those things where I didn't really have the competitiveness as everybody else. I kind of like to just be there with my teammates, have fun. But I still loved the game. And like, I think post grad, like I think being involved in like a community is something that I really, really, really missed. And when I started working for the Wild, I was approached by one of my coworkers, and he asked me, he goes, hey, we're really trying to get the Gen Z, we're really trying to get them into coaching because we've learned that like this younger generation, they respond a lot more and listen to kids your age a lot more. Like that young 20s age, like we're really trying to get more coaches in there. And I said, like my playing ability like wasn't anything like super spectacular or special like growing up or anything like that, but I have a deep love for the game. I know the game, and I don't know, I was just like, why don't I just give it a shot and coach the kiddos?
Oh, so what was the age of your team?
I coached squirts. So I coached squirt boys, and they were 9-10 years old. So it was like their first year of like travel hockey, first out of town tournaments, first hotels, lots of firsts for the kids.
And do they know how to act at that point?
Some of them, I would say, like the Gen Alpha kids nowadays, I would say some of them are like mini adults in the sense that where I'm like, they're very aware of like certain things in today's society that I'm like, why do you know that? Or like, why are we talking about this? And like they really aren't afraid of authority at all. Like, and it's kind of scary. So I like had to be kind of like a hard coach sometimes. And I don't know. I'm not a scary person. So I feel like when they didn't really take me seriously when I was like scolding them, but.
Ugh. Okay, but you coached them to victory.
Yes.
Right?
We did. Yes. We won we won a trophy at like all of our tournaments and stuff like that. So I coached like a squirt B2 team. So the kids kind of just it was really cool to see how much better they got from the start of the season to the end of the season, where we ended up winning districts. And that's something I never did growing up, like playing hockey. Our team never won districts or anything like that. So I don't know, to even just win something like that, I'm like, oh, this is what it feels like to win.
Oh,
like on my own, but
cute.
Yeah.
Well, and Gen Alpha is their own thing. Like I haven't interacted with enough Gen Alpha kids besides like a few of my nanny kids to like understand that they're seeing everything that we were seeing, like technology wise, from birth. Like I think we're desensitized to everything, but we weren't getting iPods and phones and iPads till we were 10 through 15, some people. And so I think we're a little bit more in line with authority and intergenerational things, but they are like going to be a mystery.
Yeah, and I think like with all the technology and stuff like that, like, I've never seen like so many kids put so much pressure on themselves. Like I've never had to like help build more people's. I feel like when I was that age, I felt like I was invincible. I could do anything. Like no matter how bad I was at something, I still thought I was pretty good at it. But I don't know. I feel like these kids, they are so quick to give up on themselves sometimes, I think. And I think it's important to have like people like you and me, like our age, like being able to connect with them like on a deeper level, and like we understand like the pressures of like social media and like internalizing things you see and like comparing yourself to others, and like they're so young they probably don't even know they're doing that. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like a whole other beast. I didn't get my first phone until, or my first iPhone until I was like in 8th grade or something like that.
Yeah.
And I see these kids walking into the rink with like iPhone 16s, and I'm like, what do you need a DSLR like level camera
Yeah.
for?
Seriously.
Yeah.
I'm like, I was rocking with my iPod Shuffle,
Yes,
sneaking
dude.
that into class. I never had an iPod or iPhone.
I
But I got an iPhone also in 8th grade.
Yeah.
iPhone.
Yeah, iPhone or iPod Touch was always the go-to for
Mhm.
everyone. I feel like that's the first thing I really had that I was like, I can look stuff up on here whatever I
Yes.
want.
Uh-oh. I had a Kindle Fire, but it sucked ass. So I was never like looking shit up. I was just playing games.
Oh, I was a Wattpad warrior on my
No.
Kindle. On my Kindle, I loved Wattpad.
Wait, okay. Walk me through Wattpad though, because I never dove into that.
Oh my gosh. It back in the day before Wattpad had ads, it was literally just like fan fiction free for all. I was reading all the One Direction, like 5 Seconds of Summer, like all the hockey fan fictions, like no ads or anything. Like the feeling you would get when your author would update a chapter at like 2 in the morning and it was like 27 pages long. And then some of the authors on there are like better than some of the books I've been reading. Like,
I believe
Yeah.
it because those are the people who are committed, but who
yes.
don't know where else to go with it, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
From what I understand. And they're not just throwing AI bullshit up on there. Maybe there is some AI with certain like characters that you know.
Yes.
But less so when it's from their own minds. Do you know what I mean?
It made me I don't know, that's kind of how I fell in love with reading again, like when I was in middle school, because like when I was younger I was always checking books out at the library and reading, and then like middle school, I don't know, I felt like as a girl like it was super uncool to read or like be like proud reader, and so I just had to like hide it on my phone. And now
No.
reading's like such a big like resurgence thing. I love my Goodreads, like
Mhm.
I like love asking people to be my friends on Goodreads.
Yay. Wait, cute. I was the same way. I stopped reading at some point. Or it was always a fight with me to get me to read.
Mhm.
And once I did it, I loved it. But how my mind worked is I couldn't just go and read 10 pages. I
Mhm.
would need to read for 8 hours or not at all.
Yep.
So that's still how I am.
Yeah. I feel like I have like, I don't know, I like obsess over it. Like when I start a book, I'm like, I have to finish it as quick as possible. Like I need to like just indulge in all of this
Yes.
right now. Otherwise I'm never gonna like finish it.
That's how I prefer my media.
Yes.
All at once.
All at once, consuming like at all angles.
Consumer at its finest.
Yes.
Seriously. I do want to go back to hockey though.
Yes.
Well, I lied. I want to go back to where we parted ways, technically.
Yeah.
Well, that was COVID. College, Arizona. What was it like being at ASU?
Oh my gosh. ASU was honestly, I think it was the best decision I ever made going there. I think like my first year there, COVID obviously was it sucked. Like I didn't have any classes in person. Everything
Ugh.
was online. They got us all into the dorms saying that like you're going to have classes, and then you didn't. But it was one of those places where I like went there and everybody was so different and everybody was so like larger than life there. It just made you want to try everything. Like I tried like every club. I like tried like go out into a meeting for every club because they literally had everything there. I like
Mhm.
did Fortnite Club one time.
Yes.
My roommate and I, we were the only girls in like a duos
Woo.
tournament. It was awesome. And I don't know, I loved it there. Like obviously people think it is like a big party school and stuff like that, but what school isn't? Like I feel like ASU just kind of gets a bad rep for it because they kind of just embrace it. We're like, yeah, we like to party, but
Yeah, well, and there's 80, they claim like 80,000 students there.
yeah,
with grad programs too, I think. But
yeah.
how is there not going to be that culture?
Yeah, there's so many, like, you could find a party anywhere. Like, you could, like, accidentally, like, stumble into one there,
Right.
basically. Like, you can even find one, like, I don't even know. Like, you could go to the Memorial Union and there's somebody having, like, a rave in the middle of the lunch hall. Like,
Yeah.
DJs doing their pop-up sets there. Everyone at ASU is an aspiring DJ, I feel like.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it's where the next John Summits are born.
Right. It's the place to be. The desert.
The desert,
The
yes.
desert calls them.
The valley. That's what we call it, the valley.
Valley.
Activate
That's
the valley.
fancy. I hadn't heard that.
Yes, activate the valley, baby.
Oh my God. That was actually my first college tour ever.
It was ASU.
Yeah, except I was like 13 because
Yeah.
my sister was touring. And I was like, I hate this.
Yeah.
Oops.
Oopsie.
Because Arizona is not for me. The heat, I don't do well.
Mm-mm.
But when I look back at it, I'm like, it was such a cool campus. Like,
Yeah.
there was everything you could imagine, exactly what you're talking about. And the amount of people skateboarding between classes
Yes.
was cracking me up. That the only fact that I remember is that there's a skateboard lock, like skateboard
Yes.
holder in every building without fail. I was
Yes.
like, okay.
Bike and skateboard valet. That's what we have there.
Yes.
Our hockey team, my freshman year, because we didn't even have an arena. Like, we didn't even have an arena yet, and our team would rollerblade around campus, handing out their schedule to people. Because my freshman year, we had just turned Division I. Our whole season was away that year because our rink was being built, and like they were just trying to get people excited about the team and stuff like that.
Oh, wow.
And I don't know, to see where hockey is now in Arizona is so, so cool. And I was lucky enough to like work for the team my senior year of college.
Mhm.
I worked for the athletics department, and I was in charge of the hockey team, girls soccer team, women's basketball, softball, beach volleyball,
Hell yeah.
some baseball stuff. Like, literally, I had my finger in every single sport
Damn.
at ASU, from like doing things like DJing the games, coming up with like all of the like games you see in like the half times at the
Yeah.
football games. Like, they really make all the interns do all of that stuff.
Yes. So were you technically like on the marketing team, or what do they call that?
I was marketing / game presentation.
Mhm.
So they kind of put all of that stuff together. So like when I went to work for the Wild, marketing was a separate department than game presentation. But in
Mhm.
college, since it's a lot smaller, they kind of kill two birds with one stone. And if you're a marketing major, they're like, great, you can do both.
Perfect. So is that what got you into the Wild internship?
Yes. Yeah. So I honestly wasn't super it was one of my biggest regrets in college, wasn't being like as involved in the athletic department until later on. I stayed home for a semester junior year, and I really like thought about like, what do I want to do when I graduate? How am I going to get there?
Mhm.
And I think that was like the first thing I did was like get in contact with the athletic department and try to join all of those things. And I really fell in love with sports and making people like remember this is the best game ever. Like, I'm so happy I went to
Yes.
this game. Like, that's the one thing I love about sports, is like the way people like fall in love with it.
Mhm.
And that's kind of what made me want to stay into sports. So when I graduated, that's when I applied for the Wild. It was kind of a shot in the dark. I didn't know anybody or anything like going into that. So, and it was like for a sales position too. So it was something like different than what I was doing before, but I wanted to try something new.
Yeah. Well, and did you like the sales position, or what was it? Or was it kind of like away from where you wanted to go?
At first, I was like, I don't really like the cold calls. I don't like doing this. Like, I have really bad ADHD, so like my like I take rejection super personally. Like, even if it's just a random phone call. But it was one of those things where like as soon as I made my first sale, like I sold sweets for the Wild, and honestly, it was the best case scenario. Like, I got a good commission. I was making good money. It was like an internal motivator for me, because I'm like, I can go out and make however many phone calls I want. And I really loved the chase and like the aspect of like the dopamine hit when you make a sale and like I want more. So I loved that aspect and like setting benchmark goals for myself and having something tangible to achieve. That's like, I think that's what I liked most about it.
Yes. Do you think you've always been like that, or did that help accelerate like the hunger and the drive to like go connect with more people?
I think I didn't really realize how much I liked that aspect of it. Like my mom was the biggest person to tell me like if you like she's like make sure you get a job you like, or like just be in an industry that like makes you excited to go to work every day. And she always told me like a dream is just a goal without a plan. And I feel like when wasn't working, like when I was working at the Wild, like I was like, okay, this is great. Like, but what's my dream? Like, what am I like really, really, really wanting to do? Like, what part of this do I really like? And it was the memories of it, like going to visit the people after who I sold the suite to, like during the games. And it's like their kids telling them, Dad, this is the best day of my life. Like, being able to like make memories for people like that and connect with others was something that like I think I realized like I liked more than like hitting the sale revenues and hitting the goals and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's the personal things that make it special,
Yeah.
make you want to be there every day.
Yeah, exactly.
That's super incredible. What's your most memorable game or shift at the Wild?
My most memorable like game I worked at was we were doing like a project about getting testimonials from our like annual suite holders just to kind of like say why they like having an annual suite at the Wild. And I ended up really connecting with one of our members, and he was telling me about how he loves being at the Wild because of the sense of community. And he was saying, my wife's going through breast cancer treatment right now, and like the people next to us were saying, oh, my wife just finished up her treatment, like started just really hitting it off and connecting with each other. And I remember just like telling them about my mom's own struggle with breast cancer and like us really connecting over that. And like the next game I saw him at, I like gave them something that I thought was just like a small gesture of saying thank you for your time and like connecting with me. And it was just like a Hockey Fights Cancer scarf. And like I gave it to him and his wife, and he was crying, she was crying. Like it was like one of those things that like makes me tear up to this day. Like she got to do Let's Play Hockey this year at the Wilder game for the Hockey Fights Cancer night. The Greg Mitch is his name, and him and his wife are so kind, so nice. And I think just being able to he's like, thank you so much, like for making us feel loved and supported, like from the Wild. And I think that was like one of my favorite memories ever. I'm like, I have the ability to make like an impact like that, which is all I could ever ask for, I think.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Even as an intern.
Yeah.
Like, that's the huge thing that I think I struggle with sometimes is like when, okay, I'm just an intern. I'm only part-time. I'm not giving my everything to this, and someone is older and has more knowledge than me. Well, then I feel like I can't insert myself in some of these places.
Yeah.
And I think you can miss out on moments like that. So it's learning to like accept like your confidence and putting it towards others, aiming it towards others. So that's such a sweet story.
They still text me sometimes to this day, and they're so cute. And like, I like being back at the like World Juniors this past weekend. Like I got to see all my old coworkers and everything like that. And it just like really made me super grateful for everything at the Wild, because they really gave me a lot of autonomy as an intern, and they let me like run with a lot of ideas and sit in a lot of meetings that I would never thought I'd be able to sit in. And they actually, the word intern's out now. The new term is young professional.
Oh,
it's young professional.
Pardon me.
Yeah, apparently that's our HR team was like, we're trying to steer away from the word intern, and we need to start treating them as young professionals because that's what you are.
Sure.
And I'm like, all right.
I'll take that.
I'll take that rank up, that rank title change. I
think it's because maybe they're trying to combat the decrease in young professional positions because of AI. Anyways,
yes.
Like 32% decrease in entry-level positions. So these are our young professionals.
Wait, yeah, that's probably honestly. Wait, that kind of just made things click for me right there. I was like, wait a second.
Maybe not, because how often is this athletics team going to be using AI to replace your people doing groundwork like you were doing? So,
honey, we keep every wait list in an Excel spreadsheet. I don't think we're using AI
Yeah,
for anything over there.
Right. If I find out it's an AI bot on the phone that I'm chatting with, phone down.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Which
so cranky towards it. I don't care.
I am too. Something rubs me the wrong way. It just seems like a cheap cop out.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay cranky until someone can convince me that it's not going to kill the earth completely.
Yeah.
And that that it's good for me. So haven't been convinced yet.
I know.
I keep trying.
My goal for 2026 is to stop using ChatGPT because I really fell into that in college. My junior year, my one professor showed it to us, and he was like, "This is gonna be the next thing," and all this stuff like that. And I remember using it before anyone was even talking about it, and now I'm like, "Oh, I'm so dependent on this. It's sick. It's sick."
I know. Well, at least combat it with reading. We're getting back to reading.
Getting back to the pen or paper to paper.
Yes, handwriting, guys, it's important.
Yes.
No, I feel you though. I was always hesitant of it. I've thrown things in there a few times to make this email sound nicer because I don't want to think about it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But I get so nervous about losing the critical thinking aspect.
Yeah.
Because I already feel dumber now that I'm not in school anymore.
Yes.
I feel extremely like I'm not using the critical thinking occasionally. So it's good to keep that muscle flexing.
Yeah. I feel like I really do. I really miss learning, but I don't know what I would go to grad school for yet. I wish I could just take classes on things that I'm interested in.
Yes.
I would love to take an anthropology class, or I would love to take I really love history, so I would love to just take random history classes. I feel like that would be so much more beneficial to me than just scrolling on TikTok or scrolling on Reels and listening to AI generated Reddit stories all the time.
Yes, no. Seriously. Well, fun little fact. I wonder if they have this in New York, but in San Francisco, where my sister is, they offer free classes to people who live in the city.
Uh-huh.
A whole catalog gets sent to them every year.
Oh
it's
my gosh.
You can take free classes through the university. I forget which one. Just for living there.
Yeah.
And so she's taking a color theory course.
I love that.
An interior design course, completely free.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, that sounds like something NYU would do.
Yeah, I was gonna say if I really need to get my New York ID because I want a driver's license. Not a driver's license. I want a New York library card. I want to go to the New York library and check out books, and I want my residence discount at the Met.
Yes.
I want all of that, and I just need to get on it. But it's one of those things where I feel like you aren't an NYC local until, I don't know. Some people say 2 years. Some people say 5 to 10 years, and I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know if I could last in New York for 10 years, but.
And that city moves too fast for you to have to live there 10 years.
Yeah, seriously. If you're living in New York for 10 years, there's something wrong.
It's a lot of years unless you got hella money.
Yeah, seriously.
Unless you got cab money every day.
Yes.
Which, who does?
Nobody. I love the subway, though, through and through. I love it.
Me too. That was my favorite thing about London. Miss it so much.
The tube.
Yes, the tube.
The tube.
I would sell my car right now if I could. I don't love my car. It's a privilege to even have one.
Yes.
But I'm the metro. Let's get on that.
Yes. I love a walkable city. And I think that's what I loved about, Arizona's not walkable, but Tempe campus was it's its own city in itself. And that place, I could get from one end of the campus to the other in 30 to 40 minutes, and it would be great. And living in New York too, you can get anywhere in a 20-minute subway ride.
Yes.
And it's so nice.
This is what I'm saying. Walkable cities.
Yes.
I wish.
Yeah.
I wish. And my hope is that LA comes through on their promises for the 2028 Olympics.
Yes.
And all their plans for that, because they're we're gonna 200% increase of the metro, It'll be no problem. And people are like, no.
They're low confidence about it.
Yes. Like, I think I would have tried LA sooner or be more excited to try LA if you didn't have to have a car there and it didn't take 4 hours to drive anywhere.
I used to date a guy that lived in Southern California, and the one thing I was like, it is, I love LA in theory, but then in practice, it's so overwhelming and congested, like simply just because of the cars. And if you take all of that out of there, and like New York's congested too, but like, honey, there's sidewalks everywhere. I can get anywhere like faster walking than in a car there.
Correct. So suck it.
Yeah.
But okay, in New York, what brought you out there originally?
So after the Wild ended, I really didn't know what I was gonna do. I was applying for jobs, like I was throwing darts at a board. Yeah, right here. And I ended up getting a job at the US Open, and the best thing that happened at that job was my boss leaving. But like, he's on to big and better things. Like, he works for the Chicago Fire now, and that he runs the ticketing department there. But a week into us being there, he said, I'm leaving. I made a 112-page slide deck for you guys to read and research, and I made flashcards for you, and you guys are gonna crush it. And it was basically like everything you needed to know about the suites and premium level of the US Open, and like who owned what suite, what college they went to, because you have to go into these rooms with all of these people and know them, work the room. Like, you're kind of the host. You're the hosts of the USTA for the US Open. Like, you're making sure, like, JP Morgan, are you guys having a good time? Like, oh, Grey Goose, how are the honeydews today? Like,
oh, thank God.
Yes. And like, we kept a list of every single like celebrity we saw in the room. It was super fun, but very high pressure.
Okay, but that's so exciting. I feel like that's where you would thrive.
Yeah, I loved it. Like, my personal favorite suite I was in charge of was Billie Jean King, and she reminds me of my grandma. She's just a tiny woman that does not give a flying F what anybody thinks. Mm-hmm. And she told me, because I came into her suite one time, and I said, sorry, like, just wanted to check in. And she goes, honey, never say sorry for entering a room. Like, you like, she's like, what position are you again? I was like, the head of the suites. Like, I don't know. And she's like, honey, like, you have a level of power. Like, you have, like, never apologize for entering a room that, like, you own. Like, you should never feel like you need to apologize for being in a room. Like, own it, and that'll take you far. Like, there's a reason why, like, you're here in this room at this tournament. And I'm like, okay, girl. Like,
I'm shook. Directly from Billie Jean King.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Watching her, like, treat everyone too, like they're like, she's 100% like engaged in a conversation with them too. Like, that woman is like my biggest idol that I didn't even know I had until, like, I don't know, like, we talked about hockey the whole time, and because she owns a portion of the PWHL, and she's like, I just love seeing women in very strong, like, powerful roles like this. Like, this makes me so happy that there's 3 girls running the suite level at the US Open this year. Mm-hmm. It was one of those things, like, I definitely probably shouldn't have been in charge of like as many things as I should have been.
Don't say that. Billie Jean King would advise you not to ever say that.
I know she probably wouldn't, but I owe a lot to like the girls I worked with, Morgan and Edie. Like, Morgan went to Mizzou and Edie went to Gonzaga, and they both had just graduated college, like literally 2 months before that, and we kind of just were thrown into the whole US Open thing. We had many a honeydeuces. We ate lots of caviar, surprisingly. Ooh. The only times we ever got to eat during the Open was when the suites like said they ordered too much food, so it was like random sushi and caviar, and I'm like, I don't know if I should only be consuming like caviar and creme fraiche every day, but
well, yes, I think you should. It's the appropriate venue to do that.
It is. Yes, it is.
Exciting. So what else went into like hosting and running the suites other than like just taking care of the people themselves? Like, what is the behind the scenes like?
Yeah, so before the US Open, we're going into every single suite. We're flipping every single light switch on. And we're checking the water pressure, flushing every toilet. Like we're making sure the blinds are working. And there's 94 suites at the US Open. So it usually takes like 2.5, 3 hours to
Mhm.
do a walkthrough of everything. And it was like communicating with our arena staff and like, hey, there's a light bulb out in here. You got to get this fixed. There's a leak in the Emirates suite. We need to get that fixed. Like clients, like the presenting sponsor suites, like Emirates, Rolex, Grey Goose. Those guys are very high level, high detail people, and it's catching things before they catch it,
Mhm.
and making sure all of the suites are set up properly. We probably got like 60 boxes a day leading up to the open of like merchandise and their gifting, and seeing how much money these companies spend on things like the US Open. Like there's a very little room for error and a lot at stake too. So it's staying organized and putting all these boxes where they need to go, and making sure these people know who you are, and like communicating with the other like partnerships team, marketing team, because all these brands are taking their clients in to see the suites before the open, and it's like, we need you to take so and so on center court, and like kind of show them around. They're very high up at this company, and really just tag teaming a lot of things to keep those relationships with the clients that the USTA has and the US Open in general they have, and making sure everything's buttoned up tight before the show starts. And then when the Open starts, it's just putting out fires.
It's crazy the thought of entering that world. To
Yeah.
me, like just two people from Lakeville
Yeah.
interacting with the head of Grey Goose or whomever is there that weekend.
And well, we had the president come,
Right.
and that was a whole like debacle in itself. Like it was meeting with Secret Service beforehand and having them do like letting them into every single suite and being with them while they do the checks and showing them where to cut. They had to
No
cut.
way, that was your
Yeah.
job?
That was like so
Shit.
when the president came, he had a Secret Service team come, and we had to program fobs for them to be able to unlock any door in the arena, and we had to walk them through like his route, and we're like, this is where we're gonna take him when he comes here. And we had to help set up all the curtains because nobody could see him walking. He had to be like hidden behind a curtain, and it was like getting all of their 64 armed guards their credentials. Credentials was a whole other thing. We had to do like every single person that entered the building, we had to credential them. So it was like doing random things like that. Like that was probably the craziest thing, was dealing with all of the high level security with the president coming, but we got through it.
Damn. The three girls in charge of suites, they got through it.
We did.
Period. And that's the definition of girl bossing.
It is. And
Okay.
it was a lot of people saying, "Oh, you're in charge?" And just saying, "Why, yes, I am in charge."
That's my dream.
Mm-hmm.
Of course I am. Talk to me.
Yes.
Talk to me. Don't look right through me.
Yes.
Oh, that is can't stand that. I understand, like, holding different positions, again, is so weird to hold titles and to be younger than people and to have less experience. But, like, even if you are established in a relationship with someone and you can tell that they're not listening to you or
Yeah.
they're seeing right through you, we're not going to take it.
No.
We're not going to take it. And so, did you ever experience that, though, at the Open?
Yeah, I think and I've learned the biggest lesson I've learned in working in sports and stuff like that, and just in working in sports, like, has taught me in my life, like, never take anything personally, ever. 99% of the time, anybody's anger that's screaming at you over something super minuscule is coming from somebody else. And there was like plenty of times where I had like grown men screaming in my face about why they didn't get a box of free hats, and
Ugh.
like you just spend $1 million on this suite and we're worried about a $5 hat for your clients. I'm sorry, maybe you should have ordered that before the open started. like in the ordering pamphlet we send you beforehand, but I digress.
Yeah.
And it's just putting on a smile and saying, like, you are speaking to the person who's in charge. Like, I'm sorry this isn't the experience you've had in years past, but I'm sorry, like, I'm doing my best right now in a position I've never had. Like, you can talk to my manager if you want, but he's busy with running the entire US Open, not just the suites. So it was really just getting support from my boss and saying, like, if somebody wants to talk to me, like, you let me know, but if it's something you think you can handle on your own, like, I give you full permission to, like, tell them what you want to say, because I have confidence in you guys that you can hold your own. It's a high pressure situation. Those are lots of those tournaments are like places where like $1 million deals are being closed. Like, world leaders are there and lots of celebrities, and people are just trying to make sure everything's perfect. So if one little thing goes wrong, they just need to scream at someone, and sometimes you just need to sit there with a smile and then just know that they feel bad about themselves after, and you took the high road.
I haven't experienced much of that yet, but I suppose it comes with the territory.
It does. I think working with high luxury or high, just like any of those companies that spend on like very extravagant experiences is really hard to deal with. The company I met at the Open that I work for now, we just finished up planning a brand trip in Mexico for Bad Bunny, and we were there for with Hennessy, and we organized the whole trip. We planned it for them, and then we were on site, kind of just down in the trenches, like putting all the gifts in their rooms and getting them from all of the parties and dinners, and going to the dinners and setting up all the tables and all the things you see on like a brand trip, like tripping with Tarte, not to that extent, but that's kind of what our job is now. And
Fun.
similar to like the Open, very high attention to detail clients, very high pressure situations. I've never been more stressed out about churros in my life, but it's cool to see the behind the scenes stuff of experiences like that, I think.
Yeah. And now you're working with this events company.
Yeah.
Is that where you see yourself working and going for a while, or?
I think so. And I was approached by one of the gals who works there after the Open, and she goes, "What are you doing after the Open?" And I was like, "Nothing, girl. Like, what? I don't know. Do you have a job?" And she goes, "I think you're a hard worker, and I've been noticing you like the last like 3 weeks at this tournament, and we have a ton of events coming up in New York, and if you'd like to trial run with us, like, we'd love to have you hop on some of our projects." So I ended up hopping in. We did a couple garden parties for Elle Decor magazine. We've done a couple of events for the Ritz-Carlton, which was super cool. I got to meet Josh Hutcherson last month. My short king.
Wait, your connection to I Love LA.
Yes. And Five Nights at Freddy's and the Hunger Games.
Obviously.
Oh my gosh. Doing events like that, and even it's like random things, like we designed the Christmas decor in the Ritz-Carlton lobby. Like it's doing it, like, I talked about pine cones for way too long, but
Wait, did you go with Ralph Lauren?
Oh, we did not do a Ralph Lauren Christmas because
Okay.
they have a partnership with Diptyque, a French candle company.
So no.
No. They had their own color scheme, and it involved lots of cats. So there was lots of cats involved. Yes, it was all cats wearing scarves and mittens, and the wrapping paper was all covered in kittens, and
Wow.
yeah,
Cute.
that we made it a point to say that was not us, but
Yeah. Wait, that's funny.
Yeah.
Very exciting though, to just be boots on the ground is so fun and so like rewarding. It's hard for me sometimes to like see these high end luxury events happening and to be like, this is justified. That's how these companies function. But if you're the one making it a good experience that people are noticing, it's also very important for, your own growth.
Yeah.
Someone just having to pave their way.
Yeah. I think like some of my, like, before I went to Mexico, like my job was I had to go get 150 Polaroid cameras, and like they're only in New York City can you go to like a 4-level like camera and video equipment store, and like they're like, yeah, your 150 Polaroid cameras are ready for pickup, and they're not even like batting an eye.
Yeah.
And so it was like a lot of doing like side quests, and it's like a lot of doing like random stuff, like booking the flights for the people and picking out the themes for the dinner and stuff like that.
Yes, and that's what the ADHD requires.
Yes, exactly.
That's why I can't work from home.
No, I can't do the remote work. That's the one thing I hate about it, is that I don't feel structured. I need the structure.
Yeah, I'm trying my best.
Same.
Trying my best every day. We'll see. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
That just means I have to go out more often.
Yeah. Do you, because I know we were talking about this earlier, like, do you feel like working for a small company? Like, do you like only having like a small group of people? I feel like because there's only 5 people at my company I work to, and I think it's great, but I see the downsides of like when you're getting a little bit too big enough to like handle what's on your plate right now, but I don't want the team to grow type of thing.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, so we've actually downsized a few people since then, and so there's benefits to both, having a few more of where we're at and now having more work spread out among us.
Yeah.
I think being the intern too, I was kind of on the outside at first, but I do really appreciate how casual a small team is. So it's like we talk real shit.
Yeah.
It's like my boss is swearing and I'm swearing back, like not angry, but like just for fun. And because it fits and because we're throwing ideas around, and I think that goes back to how our generation functions. Like, love them, they're millennial, but they get it. Yeah. And they're like, they like to hire young people because they're like, we learned all of this at these big agencies. Let us teach those things, but in a more direct way, and in a more respectful way to these younger people. So it's really, really cool place to be. Yeah.
And I think I think if you can find a small company like that where you find those people that like worked at those big companies and want to teach what they learned at all of those places, and like, well, I could do this on my own. I feel like having people like that is such like a beneficial piece of network to have in your corner.
And then you have more to do with these large events and experiences, and there's more for you to learn and be hands-on for.
Yeah.
Versus if you were one intern at a 5,000 plus person company.
Yeah.
Well, then you're just a drop in the bucket. Not saying that you won't do valuable work there and can do a lot at a company like that because it's so big, but do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like you don't get to hop in on as many things as they're like, hey, we need an extra person to help with this. Like, you're kind of limited to like what the work they have for that one specific role. And I don't know, I love to be a Swiss Army knife in a company. I feel like I love to be utilized in different ways. Like, send me on an errand and I'll get it done. Send me a project and I'll give you like ideas. Like, give me some copy to write and I can write for you. Like, it's being able to do different things.
A unicorn.
Yes.
But I like Swiss Army knife way better than unicorn, I think. Or maybe it depends on the day.
Yeah.
Yes. And that it all goes back to ADHD, I swear.
It does.
Because it's like I can't build you an Excel spreadsheet for 8 hours today. Mm-mm. You do not give me one thing to do today. Mm-mm. It will not get done because I will sit and I will stare at it. After I give it my all for an hour, that's all I can give.
I don't know how to lay it out. Like, that's my brain's like, okay, but I need to put it in a pile. How do I put this in a pile?
Yeah. So there you go. That's Gen Z for you. Is it Gen Z or is it ADHD?
I think ADHD is like a very big part of our generation nowadays. I don't know. I feel like we're getting to the point. I don't know. I didn't get diagnosed until I was like a senior in high school, and I just chalked it up to being like, that's just me. I'm just ditzy. And then I get to college and I'm like, oh wow, this actually affects every portion of my life.
Right. Well, and I'm self-diagnosed. Like, this is not it's a thing that I'm joking about, but it is in all seriousness. Like, understanding it is so crazy and such a large spectrum too.
Yeah.
Where it's like, okay, well, you can name these 5 points that might claim you have ADHD, but it's so hard to place it and actually get diagnosed,
Yeah.
especially for women.
It's so difficult. And there's a podcast I listen to called ADHD for Badass Women by Tracy Otsuka, and
Yes.
she's changed my life, like how I look at processing my brain. And like she interviews all these women, only women too. It's only women because so many of the research of ADHD is only based on boys, and a lot of the symptoms seen in women are all like very cognitive, like very like to the brain portion, how we think, how we act, how we process things, rather than like physical energy or like not being able to sit still. And I think like even my mom's listened to a couple episodes with me, and she's like, wow, do I have ADHD? Like this is like feeling like unmotivated in like jobs that are too easy for you. Like that's a symptom of ADHD, like complacency and like how you think and how you like perform jobs and like how you like interact with your coworkers. Like it's something that like is also a blessing and a curse, but it's helped me like be able to take more risks, because I don't think I would have ever like gone out of the sports industry unless if I like did this and I'm like, oh wow, I love how different that is. I love how fast paced it is. I love being able to use different parts of my brain. I didn't know that this would be good for me unless I tried it.
Yes, it's like always girl bossing too close to the sun, because that is exactly where we want to be, and that's where we function.
Yes, like you really like people with ADHD. I feel like the closer we are to the fire, like the higher we function. Like
yes. If I have nothing to do, and it's also like it's been interesting being on a break. I don't know if you experienced this, when you actually have a break and you let your brain kind of
fester a little bit,
sit and relax. I'm not very good at relaxing, but when I do, well, then I start spiraling a bit.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh, I can never work another day in my life. I suck at everything. I have no motivation. Like, it's hard to get back in the swing of things.
It is. And it's like you're so go, 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 go all the time. And then you stop and then you sit and let those like thoughts ruminate a little bit. And it's something I need to get better at too. It's like, do I like being busy or do I like being distracted? But I think I've been trying to like be better at like when I get those breaks, I'm like, okay, look back on the month you just had. Like you were just doing all of these things in Mexico, and the week before that you were doing like 4 events a week and all these things. You're like being able to like use that time to look back and appreciate what you've done, instead of like, this isn't the right thing for me to do. Because I've been doing that all break. I'm like, do I really want to go back to New York and like do all this stuff again? I'm like, of course I do. Yeah. Like, why am I even thinking that?
Yes.
And it's just I feel like those, what is it? Intrusive thoughts. It's the intrusive thoughts.
They're kind of rude.
They are so rude. I don't understand. You were not invited into my head.
I've actually never labeled them as intrusive thoughts, because intrusive thoughts to me protrude outward. It's not in. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Wait, we're learning things.
Yes.
Wait, I need to go listen to this podcast. I've heard of this.
Yes.
And I've listened to one episode for sure, because my mom actually started listening to it and was like, here you go.
My college roommate sent it to me and said, you need to listen to this. Yes. She's got really bad ADHD too. Like we would wake up in the morning and pace around every morning and be like, what are we supposed to do again? Yes. Oh yeah, eat breakfast.
Get me out of this freaking room.
Yes.
Oh God. We're already at my final question that I ask everybody, and it is, what are you consuming in media right now? It can be anything: books, music, movies, TV.
I've been consuming a lot of Heated Rivalry.
Yes. I was gonna bring it up earlier, but I figured we'd save it.
Oh my gosh, it's been one of those things where like I like started watching it because it was like, oh, a hockey show, duh. Yeah. And then like it's gotten to the point where I'm like, this is like this generation's greatest love story of all time. I love it. I don't care if it's like 2 boys, 2 girls, whatever. Like, I think just watching that show, like, I don't know, that watching that show has like changed my view on like life, relationships, the whole idea of yearning. Like,
Really?
a 14-year-long situationship is crazy.
Wait, it spans 14 years?
Oh yeah, there's like 6 time jumps in the first episode. You
No
have to really
way.
like keep on it. You're like, wait a minute, they were just 16. Why are they being drafted right now? Like, what's going on? It's been 2 years, and then I love watching all the little hockey nuances too. As like a sports nerd, that's like my favorite thing to watch. But
I love when they get it right in TV.
yes, I'm like, yes, please tell me you guys like fall in love at World Juniors, like have a secret love affair at the draft, like
Yeah.
like then they start their relationship after their rookie season. It's like it's been my favorite piece of media, and like my roommates and I, we every week we on the dot 12 midnight we're watching it. We're there.
Mhm. I haven't watched it yet. I plan on it, I think, because it's
Yes.
only 6 episodes.
Yeah.
I don't much go for the romance typically, but everyone I know has watched it and is like, no, you actually need to.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, fine, I will do that. Because yeah, sports, there's sports involved. I can get behind that.
Yeah.
And gay.
Yes. I didn't know that there was a lot of things. Like my friend Blake and Ashton, they were both telling me, like, I was like texting them all of the things. I'm like, what is this called? What is this called? I'm like, I didn't know that's how that happened. Like, I felt I'm like, they need to teach this in sex ed. Like,
Probably.
yeah. My also favorite moment was there was like one part where he realizes, or he tries to like have a girlfriend, and then it shows the like confusion between like platonic relationships and then romantic relationships. Like he's talking to a girl and he's like, oh, we're having really good banter, like we must have a connection. But he's like, I'm gay. Like, no, girl, you can just like be friends with one another. And like being able to see that relationship like in friendship unfold, and like being someone you can confide into to share something like that, I think is super, super special. And like all the nuances they play out in that show are so like, once you get past, it's like I don't know, once you get past, it's like a love show. I think you can see the nuance in it.
Mm-hmm. No, and that's what I appreciate too. Like, if you do it well, I will watch.
Yes,
I will watch.
Exactly.
Because it doesn't happen often these days.
No, not at all.
That's the tea. I've been watching The West Wing for the first time.
Ooh, I have never seen that.
I don't know if I have an opinion about it yet because I'm in season 1. Oh no, I'm in season 2 now. It's kind of, I love the nostalgic feel. This clearly started end of the 90s, I think.
Yeah.
Ended in 2005. So I think I'm just like wanting that nostalgic feel ensemble show right now.
Yes. So are
But,
you like a big Scandal? Do you like Scandal?
I never watched Scandal.
Oh my
Don't
God.
cancel me,
No, it's
Shonda.
okay.
I love you.
It's okay.
Shonda's my idol, actually, but actually, no. Okay, I watched the first season, but I really, really hated the president in that.
He doesn't get better. He's one of those things that, like, by the end of the show, you're like, oh, Fitz.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're doing at all.
Yeah.
Olivia runs the show and Cyrus is pulling the strings. Like,
Serious.
I love it. Funny
Yes,
side story,
Please.
but Shonda left her iPad in one of the suites.
Shonda
And she apparently she brings her iPad everywhere. Like,
Yeah.
that's her notebook. And I had to go return her iPad.
Sean, you touched Shonda's
I
iPad.
did touch Shonda Rhimes' iPad.
Wait.
I was like, oh my God. Like, how do you lose this? I'm like, there's so much, like, I'm like, there's so much in this iPad right now. I'm like, there's probably like 6 different shows worth of like ideas.
Yeah.
And like,
well, the rest of Bridgerton's
Yes!
probably in there.
wait, yes, always forget
That's
like,
coming out in
did
January.
Bridgerton.
Yeah.
Oh,
New
I can't
season.
wait for that.
Wow. Oh my God. Shonda, I love you. We're gonna find that connection. for you.
Yes.
She needs an assistant.
Yes.
I'm right there. So if you ever see Shonda again, you
Yeah.
got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Perfect.
I got you.
Perfect. Amazing. Well, that's all I have for you, Tori.
Thank you so much for having me,
Yay!
Sophie.
That
Oh.
was love it. I love it. Keep girl bossing.
Thank you.
And see you in New York.
See you in NYC, baby.
Bye.
Bye.
Yay. everyone who made it here. Thank you for making it all the way here. That's a big deal. It's a really big deal, so thank you. I might make these outros a new thing because we have business to attend to. Okay, and this is from me. Doesn't always have to do with the episode. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. First of all, if you are not already subscribed to my YouTube or on Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts, please do. Please do. I'm slowly working towards making this hobby something more. Okay, it's been 2 years and I would really appreciate hitting that follow on YouTube and other socials. So thank you. Other business we must attend to. Operation Metro Surge is not over. Your neighbors need your help. There are still people sheltering in place. There are people who need mutual aid. And so help out in any way you can, okay? Find work through your local church. Find groups that are organizing. Donate to a local food shelf. Anything you can do matters. So the link to mutual aid is in my bio. Otherwise, keep locking in, keep doing the work, and being there for our community. Thanks.